just in case you didn't know who I am, I'm Terrence Farrell, aka T Farrell, and on this episode of Words for Levites, my special guest is Dr. Julius A Sloane. Now, Dr. Sloane, or Bishop, I like to just call him Bishop Sloane. Bishop, he's a powerful preacher, powerful teacher. In my research, I didn't realize he was in ministry for over 20 years. I just spoke to him. He said this year to be 30 years he's been pastor. 30 years. He just came out with a project, Worship the King, produced by my good friend, Deron Woodside. Shout out to Deron. I'm gonna get him on the podcast soon. But it's a powerful project. And he's also a father of 3. Man, he's doing so much. We're gonna have a great conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, help me welcome Dr. Julius Sloane. Bishop, how you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm excellent. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you.
No problem, man. So, yeah, like I said, I didn't realize you were in ministry that long, about to be pastoring for 30 years, man. That's how do you stay on top of your game as a leader?
Well, what I try to do is as a leader, rest. Rest is important to me. Taking care of my temple, my physical body, and that's not without a whole lot of exercise, and prayer and meditation. Those things kind of keep me grounded. And gives me the energy that I need to fulfill my tasks and my responsibilities.
I got you. That rest is definitely important, man. So many people gloss over that because they feel like I got to do this, I got to be here, and I got to be there, and I got to get on a flight and go over here. I got to preach, and now we're gonna do this, and the rest kind of takes a back seat, or they rest on the way to the next thing. And rest is so important. Now, do you schedule rest or just shut everything down, or how's it work for you?
Yeah, it's crazy now because right now I teach also. I teach at Eagle Academy in the Bronx.
Okay.
So I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. They throw in 9th grade this year. And so I get up early. So that means I have to be in the bed like 8:30. And I don't believe that I have to be in the bed at 8:30, but I need that time, to rejuvenate my body, prepare myself for the day.
I got you. So now, while we're on that, man, and just because I know there's a lot of people always trying to do a million things, you got any time management tips? How you keep everything in order and stay focused?
Oh yeah. This is one of my best friends.
Aha!
I don't know if y'all can see that over there, but
yeah. Got a little calendar. You got your tasks.
So I got my tasks, my 3 things that I have to accomplish for the day. The 3 things that I want to accomplish in the week, and so I try to keep that and an idea of something that's coming up, and if it's an emergency, or not emergency, but it needs immediate attention, I put it in red. So I color code it to try to, keep myself on task, to follow through on things. Because when you got a lot going on, something could slip very easily, man. And it may be important, but it can slip. So I try to stay as organized as I can with calendars, and they got all these electronic gadgets and stuff like that to kind of keep you, organized.
Right. Yeah, I do the electronic thing, but you the old school. You got the board.
See,
you got the whiteboard on there.
I ain't playing. Red. You saw the colors?
I saw it, man. I saw it.
The rainbow.
It's all good, man. It's all right. Hey, as long as it works. Now, I want to flip, man, because the project you just released, man, it's a powerful project. It sounds amazing. And I get a lot of people that come through the studio and they start to get this negative talk. And with the state of the music industry right now, what keeps you putting out music, or what drives you to keep doing the music thing?
You know what? It's hard to describe. If you want to say it's a ministry, you want to say it's a calling. So if it's a calling, you don't kind of retire from it. It's always there. I learned something incredible from David Frazier, from talking to David Frazier about the difference, between music ministry and the industry. Because when I'm putting out music, I'm like, this is what God gave to me and other artists on all my projects. I just try to bring people in and, allow my vision to be so large that it includes other people. Mm-hmm. Timothy Wright did that for me. Reverend Timothy Wright did that for me. I sang with him for 10 years, and his vision was so big that it included all of us singers, in that, and all the musicians in that we could have our visions within a vision. Mm-hmm. And so when it comes to that, it's a ministry. It keeps going because it's definitely not sales. You're not in it for, sales. You're in it because of ministry. You love what you do. I love the process. Mm-hmm. You can listen to a song and hear this and that, but the process reminds me of Build-A-Bear. When you go to Build-A-Bear, you can buy a teddy bear, right? Mm-hmm. You just bought a teddy bear, you like it. But when you go to Build-A-Bear, it's unique because you pick those eyes, you pick that nose, mm-hmm. you pick that color. And so that's how it is, with music. Like, you put something, into it. You know what it took for this product to be released.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, there's so many people that like different parts of the process, and so many times I see people, they get in it. And I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. They get in it for the love, and they love the music and they love the process. And then somewhere along the line, you get so fixated on money that it kind of drains it all. It's almost like, well, if I ain't getting enough sales and if enough people ain't clicking on it, and well, then why am I doing this? And I need to get something. What is this person doing so I could do that and get more sales and get more clicks? And maybe I need to get out and dress this way. And it turns the whole thing.
Yeah, that's amazing you would say that, because I was talking to somebody and they said, I enjoyed that, but you need to talk more on your album because that's what's in now, talking. I was like, I don't talk. I'm not talking on no album. That's not what I do, and that wouldn't be real, if I did something like that just to make money. I'm on there talking like with my TD Jakes voice. That's not me, but people will, do it just for that. And I want to, if I may, this new thing about Billboard and charting is the new thing now, because that's where that industry piece come in, where people are just trying to get in where they'll pay in order to chart, and they're asphyxiated with that. And then they're discouraged because the number's not where it should be, when the premise should be ministry, reaching people with the gospel through song.
Yeah. No, that's, I'm glad you touched on that. I mean, because we get sidetracked. I mean, and myself, I got sidetracked, as a producer and this and that's. Like, I need to produce for the bigger people, and I need to get out there. And if you I reevaluated everything I was doing. It's like, what am I doing this for? This and that. And it really came down to, I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve singers, musicians, and ministry leaders. Like, that's what I do. And that's it. And God will provide the rest. And sometimes it don't look like it, but he always does. Right. It doesn't look like the way we want it to look. Often.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I think about that, I thought about oh my God, Every Praise, David Bratton.
Yes, David Bratton.
He's been writing for years. Mm-hmm. And one song that he wrote years ago came back to be the #1 song of the decade.
Yes.
The whole, a decade. And so sometimes you don't even know where this thing is gonna, end up, or who you're gonna connect to along the way. And maybe you already even did it already, and you don't even realize it. Maybe a song that you produced 5 years ago will come back and connect you to other people. But I think when our motives are pure, God will make those connections. Definitely.
So I have to ask, because everybody goes through something. And one of the foundations I built this podcast on was the fact that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And so many times people are encouraged by testimony. So I want to ask, what's one of the toughest things that God's brought you through?
I think I'll say my divorce. I think that was real tough for me, because you can get so busy and sometimes you don't realize that family is your first ministry. Mm-hmm. Your first ministry, and you have to take care of family. It's a necessity. And sometimes you can get so busy with ministry that I don't think that's godly if your family's not being taken care of. And so your pursuit really should be to cultivate your family first and make sure your family is good before you doing anything. Like you talk about all these trips on the plane, you got to make sure your family is good first. Or sometimes you got to say, I can't go, and I think that's one thing, making it through that was very challenging for me, because you're a preacher, you're a Pentecostal apostolic preacher at that. You don't supposed to be getting no divorce, and they're looking at you. Then you have a slate of engagements, and then all of a sudden, like, hey man, we're gonna have to reschedule. And you're associating it with the divorce, and sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. But all of this is going on in your mind. Mm-hmm. But you've got to continue to move forward, doing what you have been called to do. And I learned something from Bishop Bernard Jordan, that even if you're divorced, you have to keep your vows. And that's kind of crazy. It sounds kind of crazy, but what he means is that you promise to, in sickness and health, look out for that person. And at all possible, you should still do those things. And that was very helpful for me in order to make it through that season. Wow.
And I haven't, in doing this podcast, and the fact that people have been as candid as they've been, I didn't realize how often the attack comes through our family when we're in ministry, be it music ministry or preaching or teaching. Because I've had people on and they, and I asked the question, what's one of the toughest things? And more often than I thought it would come up, divorce comes up. Like, I didn't even know, that's what you were going to say. And the person we had on last week, that was their ministry, or that was their testimony, I should say.
Wow.
and it's just one of those things where it's like, this is a real thing. This is a chink in the armor, or something we don't pay attention to enough.
Yes.
That when we're out and we're moving and we just think, when we get back, the person's going to be there, or, things going to be as usual. And we don't pay as much attention until maybe it's too late, or, things get shifted.
Right. Because you're busy and you don't see the signs. Mm-hmm. You're so busy doing and thinking that you don't communicate properly to, know if everybody's all right, because you're so busy. And sometimes you think things satisfy, people both ways. Like if she buys me a watch and I buy her a coat, like, we all good, right? No, sometimes they just want time, which can be more valuable than all of those other things.
Yeah.
And I think having, good models and good friends. It's hard to, find good couples, sanctified, wholesome couples that you can really share with, right. And I think that's vital also. Family is first, but those relationships that you can get out the house and go to dinner, with other people is important too. Finding that common ground with somebody else is good.
No, I appreciate that wisdom, man. Definitely. I know it's going to help people. Man, I appreciate your candidness, man. I do, man. I'm really stoked that you're on the podcast, man. We've been working together for years, man.
Long time. I told you I was gonna get on that wall, though. I told you I was gonna get on that wall.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all right, man. That's all right. So let people know what else you got going on now, or what's next for you. What's going on now?
Yeah, I got the bug back. To be honest, I didn't think I was ready. I had some songs that I wanted to do, but it was Deron that said, it's time, Bishop, it's been like 8 years since you did something. And, different members in my church was doing little things. And I was like, again, with that, you have a vision that has to be large enough to incorporate other people in it. And so we had Tiffany Locke, who had wrote a song, Worship the King, actually, and Janelle Howard, who had wrote a song. And these are members in the church. Andrew Wilkins was there. Duran is a producer. My sons play the drums. So everything we needed was, there on that. So now I got the bug back again, where I want to do a traditional song. I know it was the blood. I'll be in the studio soon with you.
Okay, all right.
With my Baptist church, because I pastor 2 churches now. I pastor Messiah Missionary Baptist Church in Brooklyn, Sutter Avenue, New Day. And I'm also the assistant pastor with my spiritual father, Dr. Nathaniel Waterman, in Brooklyn on Louisiana Avenue. But I want to get that Baptist feel back. And the album cover is going to be me with a robe on. With them, it's going to be a burgundy robe, and they're going to have burgundy tops and white bottoms. I'm going all the way back to James Cleveland.
But wait a minute. Wait. I don't even want to gloss over what you just said. There's 2 churches, and you're teaching, and you're doing the music thing. Like, dude, how do you fit all that? It's only 24 hours.
I don't care what I'm doing. 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm going to bed.
I hear you. I hear you.
I dream all day, but I got time in the morning. My ride, because I'm in Jersey now, I got about an hour and 10 minutes going, and about an hour and 20 minutes, 30 minutes coming back home.
Wow.
So in that time, man, it's an office. It's a sanctuary. It's what I needed to be by myself on that ride. So much creativity comes out of that ride alone. So much things are able to be done. And then I got a good staff, brother, because you can't do it without that.
Yeah. Say that again, man. A lot of people out here trying to do everything on their own.
Yeah, and I don't preach as much as I used to, because we have other people, and I have this crazy thought in my mind of like the church shouldn't be so top heavy. We should be able to appreciate multiple voices. You have a leader, but you should be able to appreciate multiple voices. I don't like this concept of, if he ain't hooping, I don't want to hear him. If somebody's just talking to me, I'm good, as long as it's the word. Yeah. You gotta put some gravy on it. That works. Okay. But we should be able to appreciate it all.
Right. That's what's up, man. So you said you got the bug, man. So yeah, let the people know. So how soon is this coming, or
Deron won't let me, man, because we're not finished with this. I'm committed to a year with Worship the King.
I got you. So it's true.
1 year I committed to pushing that and getting behind it, and it's a slow grind with it. So we go every month. We got something else planned around the project to push that and keep that on. That's another thing, because people will put out a project, they'll let it go for a month, and then because they ain't getting enough likes, they just like think it's over. It's over when you say it's over.
It's true.
You can keep it going. You can find different outlets to release it, different platforms to do things. I did something real crazy in Jersey. I bought a billboard and just put it in the back of a concert. I called the guy up and say, "Hey man, I'll give you $100 if you could put my sign up in the back." He's got that screen and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of response from
nice
that. So that's the plan. But that's what we're doing. We keep on pushing this project as we're preparing for what's coming later on.
That's nice, man. Gotta stay creative. Yeah. That's cool, man. So any final words of advice for singers, musicians, or ministry leaders before we close?
Yeah, get a team and allow people to help you, man. Allow people to I know you got a great song, but somebody else has a great one too. So you can, bring them in on your project and make it, colorful, not just one direction with you, but bring other people in, get your team together.
Nice, man. For anybody that hasn't checked it out, Worship the King by Well, the artist on it, is it Julius Sloane, or is
it's New Day Praise. Yeah, it's New Day Praise.
Right. So the artist is New Day Praise. Look for New Day Praise. Worship the King. Came out 2021. It's an amazing, powerful project. Definitely check that out. I thank you again for being a guest on Words for Levites. Man, I love you, man. I love you. I love what you're doing.
I appreciate you.
Definitely, man. For anybody that's new to Words for Levites, I appreciate you listening. Remember to subscribe, like, share. Our prayer is that something that was said here, God uses to speak to you directly. We'll see you next week. And with that, we're out.